Choo choo, what's going on everybody? How you guys doing today? I'm Freight, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got an interview with Ernie Zombies coming, and then we had another one with Best Gamer Ali down the line. We got all kinds of stuff surrounding Dying Light, and we'll have some new stuff coming for Dead Island 2. If you're digging the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subs. And you can also go and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date and figure out when we're dropping the date for the interview with Ernie. And with all that being said, today's video is going to be an exciting one. We got a tweet today from Dying Light announcing that Chapter 1 is ending. And this is the Chapter 1 ending weekend, so they're doing a little double XP thing to celebrate. So make sure you jump in and get your rewards. And with the ending of Chapter 1, that leads me to believe that Chapter 2 is upon us and soon to be released on all platforms. Chapter 2 introduces Shinzu, I think I said that right, and she is a tracker and a huntress, so we'll get all kinds of access to crossbows, bows, who knows what we'll get, but hopefully picking up arrows is something that comes along with that. Today's video is going to be about the direction that Techland is taking Dying Light 2. They released this video earlier today, and I figured we could dissect it and go over it, discuss it, and check out the future of what we got in store for Dying Light 2.
Oh, it's you. We're closed, Pilgrim, but it's a good thing you're here.
He's so right. It is a really good thing that we are here. We're here for you, Nicholas.
Nicholas.
How are you? Good?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Welcome to the Fish Shack.
Thanks.
Okay, straight to the point. So have you ever wondered which ending is the canonical one?
It's always hard with canonical ending. I think the real question is for Pilgrim, actually.
So, from what I'm interpreting, they are giving us the option to decide which ending is going to be the canon one. For me, I always end up saving the one and leaving the city with her, so I guess that one would be the most canon for me. What about you? Which is the canon ending that you would like?
But how so?
Well, because what's canon to you? After spending so much time in the city, what matters exactly? Saving Mia, sticking to your plan, or just giving it up and saving someone who you became closer to in the process?
Let me know in the comments down below which one you want to be the canon ending.
Past, where the story of one man changed the fate of the whole world.
Kyle Crane.
Yeah, exactly, Kyle Crane. So who's to say that what happens in the city, the fate of the city, is not going to have an impact on the rest of the world?
So we're talking about how Kyle Crane, his one choice saved the entire city, and how that choice has a massive effect that could affect the potential entirety of the world.
So is it possible that Crane survived, or anyone else for that matter?
Here we go with that super heavy topic question. Crane still alive?
I mean, some people survived. We know that Spike survived, for one. Tolga and Fatin, they survive in some shape or form. But Crane, I mean, it's a mystery. There's some rumors out there, but we're not sure about anything, to be honest.
Holy shit, do I feel like a giddy little schoolgirl after hearing that. So that was that they did not admit that Kyle Crane is dead. They said it's a mystery. So come on, Techland, you all know what happened to Crane. Next question.
Speaking of Waltz, he was a scary man. Was he as bad as people say he was?
I mean, if you ask me, Waltz was the father. So what he did out of love for his daughter.
So we're talking about Waltz and whether or not he was actually a good guy or a bad guy, what he did and why he did it.
But in the process, that love, that search for the cure, just became an obsession, something toxic that corrupted his mind in a way.
I don't necessarily think Waltz was a bad guy. I think he had good intentions. However, he slowly and surely became more and more corrupted to where it didn't matter. The consequences of his choices didn't matter. All that mattered was that he found a cure.
And Aiden, what future's waiting for him? Does he give into the infection?
I don't know if you guys saw that Fury booster mod video I put out, but I'll leave a link in the description. If this is leading into what the future holds for Aiden, and I think it's pretty exciting.
Aiden.
Yeah.
He's an open chapter. His future, it's not written. What we know for sure is that the inhibitors changed him forever.
So originally we were supposed to have an infected type talent tree that would allow us to tap into his infected powers, and for some reason they got rid of that. However, that does not mean it will not appear in the future. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that, because that would be the Fury booster mod is a blast, and to have that in game in Techland's way would be great.
He's somebody different. He's like a superhero without the self-control, and he knows that, and that's probably why he left the city. Because so, what awaits him? Well, he has to find a way to deal with what he's become. So maybe he'll seek help outside the city. Maybe he'll reconnect with the pilgrims. We don't know.
The future for Aiden is shady. It's gonna be fun and interesting.
We've seen some pretty terrifying shit happen
Yeah.
in Vildor, so that might happen in other places.
Yeah, but every time we're almost at a cure,
Yeah.
something bad happens.
Yep. And with the GRE going, it's even less likely that we're going to find a cure. And even if we find a cure, it doesn't mean the end of it all necessarily. We saw what happened in Haran.
Oh, is the GRE really gone?
Yes, well, officially, it's
Okay.
gone.
So the GRE as we know it is totally gone, and we don't have anybody currently that we know of working on a cure.
But the idea behind the GRE, well, that's much harder to kill. We've met Veronica Ryan. People like her are still out there, building on the same ideals, believing in mankind.
What about the rest of the world? Like, what cities are left? Maybe even island nations like Greenland.
So we're figuring out if there is any other cities left and what the population and what the population is like around the world.
To remember that less than 2% of the population survived. So we're basically back at population's level of 200 BC. Yeah, I mean, we know for a fact that all the Western cities have fallen. Actually, the higher the population, the faster the fall.
Less than 2% of the population currently exists in the world of Dying Light 2. That's nuts. There's like 3,000 people left.
So nowhere's safe.
Nowhere is safe. Yet, we know that pilgrims and hunters are traveling thousands of miles to connect the different settlements. So there are still people out there. And we actually, recently, there are rumors of bigger settlements reforming. We call them Haven.
Havens.
Could you imagine visiting giant settlements called havens and everything that city could hold for us to do? So now we got them playing a game of rock, paper, scissors just for fun. And one last piece of juicy information, and we'll get into that now.
So what is the future for us citizens? I mean, could it get any worse?
Nicholas, dude, you never ever ask that question. Of fucking course it can always get worse.
Well, we can always get worse.
See?
It started, it was just one city, remember? And now the world as we knew it is completely gone. So you see, this world hasn't said its last word. And to answer your question, we have about 5 years of things getting worse ahead of us.
5 years of things getting worse and worse and worse. How you guys feel about that? I don't know about you, but I always am up for a challenge. Sounds like it's gonna be a blast. Sign me up. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. It helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Like I said, we got all kinds of stuff coming out soon, and you'll miss that. You don't want to miss the interview with Ernie Zombies. It's gonna be a blast. We'll probably end up streaming it, but with all that being said, I look forward to the next video and meeting and hanging out with you guys. Make sure you guys are dropping comments so we can talk. Hope everyone's having a good day. Good night. Good luck. And stay human. See you guys. Choo choo.